Guys, it's time for Kiss to quit, but they're not going to quit. And this is probably not going to be the last tour. And Gene Simmons having to play on a chair on stage, and Paul saying, "Come on, guys, let's give Gene a hand," just suggests to me, and I'm not here to vilify Paul, because Gene would be the same way. If Paul Stanley had to sit on his ass or had to sit on a chair, Gene would be like, "Come on, let's give it up for the Star Child." They, I think, will play to the day they die. Like, I know this is not intended to be funny. This is intended to be real. I think if one of them was having a heart attack on stage, the rest of the three would continue playing. And it's not Eric and Tommy, it's the two lead guys, Gene and Paul. If Gene Simmons was like in the fetal position on stage, gasping for air, Paul would be like, "Peep-ah! Let's cheer for Gene as the paramedics cart him off. Peep-ah! Let's come on, Gene," as the paramedics are giving him adrenaline. "Come on, Gene, come back from the afterlife. People, they're gonna have to call the fire department because this is the firehouse, baby." And they just start playing. And then, Gene's like over there dying. And he's playing firehouse. And then and Tommy and Eric's playing, and Tommy's pretending to be Ace and everything, and it's all hunky dory. And that's just like what kind of band this is. They will never retire, guys. The MSG shows, I pity the fool who believes that these are the last Kiss shows. And I especially, there's a part there's an interview during the reunion where Ace says, "Oh, people were crying. Oh my God, I can't believe I spent so much money." I don't know if you guys remember that interview. It was hilarious. And I really, truly would be very sad to know what some of you guys are paying for tickets and backstage passes and meet and greets for this last tour. It's not, and you know why I know it's not going to be the last tour? Because when Gene Simmons has got to play sitting on a chair after who knows what happened, he says exhaustion or whatever. Maybe there was something in the air. Bullshit. These guys are like pushing some serious age, and you're carrying very, very heavy equipment, and these costumes weigh a ton. And some of these festivals don't have air. How are you going to have air conditioning in an open air concert? There's just, you can't do that. Maybe some fans or something, but one of these guys, I feel, is going to collapse on stage or worse. And that's what it's going to take to either pause the band or stop the band. Like they always said, there may come a time when Kiss doesn't have any original members. And I'm here to tell you, I don't think that they're both going to retire. I thought Gene had more gas in the tank because Ace's voice is, excuse me, what am I saying? Ace is in the band. Tommy's in the band. But I was saying, I thought that Gene was going to be the one to continue because Paul's voice is going. But now you got Gene collapsing on stage and having to play sitting on a chair, and Paul is singing with whatever voice he's got left. So maybe Gene will be the one that has to retire first, but they're not going to both retire at the same time. Whichever one of the two can carry on in whatever capacity, they're going to do it. And they've got the two imposters backing them up who are at least 10 years younger. So that gives them, more support with the lead guitars and the drums and the percussion. So, I could totally see Kiss move on with or without Gene, with or without Paul. As long as one of the two is there, they'll just stick another imposter up there. Maybe Bruce Kulick will become the Star Child, or maybe, I don't know, Bruce Kulick will become the Demon. I mean, how hard is it to play bass? I mean, these are not Billy Sheehan bass parts. These are not Jaco Pastorius bass parts. These are not Flea bass parts. These are Gene Simmons bass parts. Not that hard. So, and who's not going to want to be the Demon, for the right amount of money? What's Bruce Kulick doing? Playing with Grand Funk Railroad at the horse track? Come on. He'll probably do it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, to me, and no disrespect to Bruce, I love you, Bruce. I really do, because you refuse to wear Ace's makeup. And to me, that gives you a world of credibility and respect. But you're also a team player, as your late brother said, and you'll probably do anything they tell you to do. Now, they asked you to do Ace, but they didn't tell you to do Ace. And if they tell you to do Paul, or they tell you to do Gene, I think to remain in good standing and be able to, play those Kiss conventions and be on those Kiss cruises, you'll do pretty much anything short of, doing a handstand on stage. I think you'll do it. So, but maybe they don't want you. Maybe they want somebody else. Maybe they'll have, I don't know, what's Anton Fig doing? But anyway, so the point is that Gene playing on a chair is pretty lame. But hey, Kiss is pretty lame. But they're gonna keep on going. Rock and roll all night and party every day, people.